Good evening. I really thought I would come out with my students, but since I'm here alone, good evening. Thank you all for coming, of course. And if my friend Ian Woodworth will join me, I will introduce him. This is Ian Woodworth. And we're very surprised that all of you came here in beautiful Santa Barbara to hear something by Oboe, with Oboe. But we're very grateful, and this is a wonderful piece. This is the only Mozart Oboe concerto that we have that was stolen from us by flute players and possibly others. We will play first and possibly second movement of this concerto, and then we will work a little bit together with each other. And I just want to, just to clarify, most of you are not oboists, correct? Which I think is not only a joke, but it's really wonderful because this is really a very important part of these master classes, because when we practice, when we play the only oboe concerto that we have, the Mozart concerto, which we play in every audition, everywhere, and we don't necessarily love it every single moment as we're trying to play this piece written in the most difficult key for the oboe, C major. But while we're doing all of this, it's sometimes easy to forget that while we're trying to cope with all of these challenges of the instrument, the point of this is to play this for you. People who are not oboes, but just people. And that's something that is surprisingly difficult to remember when we're looking at how bright the middle C is going to be, how flat or sharp any particular note will come out of the instrument. So I'm very glad, sincerely, that you're here for many reasons, including this one, that all of you will remind us that what we do is actually for you. So let's start with the first movement. Cadenza was this?
This was my own cadenza.
So it's not a very easy task to compete with Mozart in terms of composing. No, it's really strange because he was so kind to some other instruments, and certainly for piano, and just beautiful cadenzas. And here we come to this most pivotal moment after this gorgeous music. Bum bum dum bum bum bum, cadence 6/4 chord, and you're enlightened and inspired. And now what? So then, it's a question I'm trying to answer, but lovely job. It sounds very stylish and very good. It's good to razzle-dazzle the audience with a high note at the end of a cadenza. But if you're going to impose your own ideas on them, then make sure that something's always happening. I think Mozart, just in general, is a very bold statement. I think Mozart had a form of musical ADD. Because, really, if he were Haydn, he would write one sentence, a beautiful sentence followed by another statement. But he really can't do that. He would write an opening statement, and immediately he has to ornament on it. And Hafner Symphony, in Figaro, in Clemenza. I mean, it's everywhere. And we can really have fun with that because the worst thing about the oboe is that every note has a different resistance, color, and we talked about it in our lesson today. So really every note really wants to sound different. And that's also the best thing about the instrument. So I just want to ask you, do you remember what this movement is called? What information he gives you?
Allegro aperto.
Allegro aperto. So allegro we all know, allegro. And aperto we don't know usually. It's a very strange marking because it means open. And it's not the kind of marking you see, generally speaking, you know, fast or slow, allegro, adagio. But aperto, open, allegro. So I wonder why he wrote that, and what gives me the information about aperto is the opening passage that you play, the opening scale. Can you play it just by yourself, just up to the high trill? Yeah, so this is that's actually how we begin most auditions. That's when the heart rate goes up to the maximum on that scale. And yes, it's a C major. And if you're very lucky, if you have a wonderful reed, which this is, which by the way, in case you don't know, we make our reeds. We don't buy our reeds. So this is a reed that you made, and it sounds wonderful. It's got a wonderful color and intensity, terrific. So as you go to the high note, you're not afraid of it, also very good. But the aperto, I think what he means is, after this beautiful introduction, orchestra, this is our orchestra, her name is Karina, she's from Brazil. And after the orchestra played the introduction, you open a window into your world. And by window, I don't mean these IKEA-style windows that you have to turn. I mean, imagine, he wrote this in Mannheim, but just old world windows where you have to really use your both arms and you do this kind of a gesture. So you really welcome that world into into this opening statement. But C major is very tough. So what a lot of us do is we kind of chicken out at the end. Safety. And I'm not going to ask you to do this because it's not a yoga masterclass, but can you just try to visualize how, if you really don't care about the challenges of the high note, just by yourself, please, for now, can you play the scale and really land on the high note, that you really welcome all of us into your world? Yeah, I don't feel welcome, I feel okay. It's a little over here. Look, we're both wearing jackets and ties, it's very serious. I understand. But you see, if this was a lesson, it would be fine. But this is not a lesson, this is a performance. We have an audience, and they're giving us their time and their attention. By the way, this is not the kind of equity that you earn. It needs to happen right away. Otherwise, they will, not be interested. So, can you welcome all of them into this on the high note? That's great, but that's too slow. There we go. Terrific. Now with orchestra, please. That's fine. Excellent beginning, but right after the high, long note, we have exactly what I mean by artistic musical ADD. Because if he were Haydn, I think he would write something like this after the high note. sorry. But he was not Haydn. So he writes the first passage, and immediately it's an improvisation on that, and again, and again. And it's colorful and brilliant and inventive and unbelievable. And if you were, if we were serious people like music critics who really understand the structure of music, and we would analyze it, and we would find that we have just about 2 or 3 different chords. It's really, basic harmonically. There's absolutely nothing remotely complex about this music. And look how much can happen in the opening statement. So what makes this magical is texture. So because every note on the oboe is different, because we're different people, because so much is possible, let's really make the absolute most of the opening statement, because it doesn't matter if this is a performance for an audience or if this is an audition, you have to win them over immediately. This is me, but I'm delivering Mozart to you, and look how amazing it is in just 8 bars. Because the mistake that so many of my colleagues make, and I've certainly made this mistake, is this is so tough. I think starting this is about the worst thing about this concerto. The mistake that we make is we wait, and we're safe, and we try to take care of the instrument. And then it's too late, because it has to be magic right away. So, no pressure, right? So let's start from before the tutti. With you after the second tutti, and just to show that when we get into the continuation of the opening, there really is more. There are different personalities, and I'm not sure what they are, because although we try to imitate singers, because the human voice is the most perfect instrument, it's not the only problem that this is not natural. The other problem that we have is we almost never have words. The singers almost always have words, because that's what they're singing. We sometimes might get a title, but we do not have words, so we always have to guess, what is this music about? I don't know, but I think that these two personalities that happen immediately after the tutti are very different. Can I try this with you? Piano forte, more or less. He wasn't like Mahler when he writes slow but faster but expressive and this over one note. He gives. We love Mahler. He was very kind to us on the oboe. So we don't have this but we do have the score, so we do have the personalities, and I don't know if this has to be Don Giovanni or Figaro, ha 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 ha, and it's lovable and pompous, and immediately it's another personaggio. So let's try to find whoever you think it is, but it really does have to be different because the story has many, many, many actors in it. From here? Yeah. Here is almost the end of the exposition, and it's almost the end of this, of the oboe segment of this masterclass. So here we have a chance to do something really amazing. I mean, we know this piece for so many years, and it doesn't matter because we have to play it like the ink is still wet on the pages, like they're hearing it for the first time, which they might be, right? There's a chance of that. What you really want is for them to hear you and to come back. That's really special if they want to hear it again. So, we're ending this piece, this exposition of the concerto, and it's a simple harmonic progression, 4-5-1. And he does it in 3 different ways, which are completely brilliant, because one is supposed to end, and it doesn't. And then he tries it in triplets, and it doesn't. And finally, he does it in 16th all over your range with fireworks, and then it ends into the development. So, can I demonstrate just the ending? And then we're almost out of time, I know. So let's go from la da da ti. We don't have that much time, unfortunately. Let's go from la da 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 di da 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 di da 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 di. Over here. Di da 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 da. So, the first time, elegant. Second time, exciting and weird because it's in triplets. To us, it's not weird because we've heard it all by now. But it's inventive, unprecedented writing. And finally, 16th notes all the way to the 3rd octave D and deliver modulation to G major. Same spot, please. This is yeah. Let's go from Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, Sol, Mi, Do, Re, Do, Si, Do, Re. This is great. And surprise. Second attempt. Go for it.
Is this on? Okay, everybody can hear me? Good. Yes, we even do this solo. So you're going to hear a beautiful piece. This is Nick. And Nick and Margaret are going to play.
We're going to be playing the fourth movement of the Milhaud sonata, number 2, originally in E minor, but this is in orchestra tuning, so it's in D minor. Milhaud wrote the piece in 1910. He was a bass virtuoso, I guess. He started studying with Simandl in Vienna when he was 15 years old. He then went on to win a position in the Vienna State Theater, and then later on he moved to Prague, to their National Theater, where he kept a principal bass position until his death in 1955. So this is a relatively modern piece of music, and I hope you like it.
Hang out in the back because I like to hear the sound from the audience. And I'll run up back and forth. Good, huh? And Nick was the principal bass for last Saturday's Beethoven concert. Okay, it's projecting beautifully, because that's our problem, projecting to the back of the room. This is an extra big room for bass. We're going to use your music, because it's the same as what I'm writing. So in a very comfortable way, we're going to put more biting accents on everything. And I have no unfair advantage. That's huge. How does he do it? Can I really bother you for a second and ask you to start up-bow, so that all this recurring theme of
the major step.
Yeah, gets the down bow. We like to go down bow on bass. You know, what was really cool, and I'm going to say this in general to the bass section, when you guys played The Wretched the other night, and sometimes you would let the A kind of get into that sound, which is nice, because you don't hear that on bass so often. We hear... And that sounds strange here on stage, and we would never think of doing that when we like to blend with our section, because we are born to blend and support and be nice. But this is not that. So what's going to sound riotous here on stage is not that way out there. Okay? Now I'm going to go back out there and see if it works. Yeah. And put it down. Who's laughing? Okay. Bite. Start with an open D. Yeah, and can you start, just for kicks, start that on an up bow. Yeah, I know, it's nasty. Good, can you sustain into the top D? Don't put a break before you make the accent. You reset the bow when you play the C sharp. It's hard to do, and that's why we don't do it.
Just let it keep ringing?
What?
Just let it keep ringing?
Play the D right into the C sharp. Don't lift the bow. Yeah. Good, and enjoy a crescendo on that up bow. Yeah, go for it. What's so funny? Yeah. priority is that you get enough bite. And the other little bit is that yeah, that's a tempo we're going to expect, right? So go off of the expected tempo, go 2 notches faster.
All right.
Yeah, so it doesn't fit into a pocket. You don't want that. You want this to push. Maybe like, then it sounds more, whatever that. Good, and make these really raucous. Go for it. Yeah, do it. Come on. Don't worry. We're here to push the envelope. Good. And put your bow on the string rather than. You see what I mean? It's more riotous. Yeah, more push harder.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm asking you to reverse the bowing. So, okay, so consider using the opposite bowing. So you always get that effect, right? And consider bumping up the tempo, out of the comfort zone, okay? And then what you want to maybe think about is with that bowing, okay? So instead of, then you can always be at the frog. Try it. Yeah, thanks. Can you play closer to the bridge? I want to go out there and listen. You can't tell anything on stage. We take this music seriously. No, you can't take anything about the bass seriously, so I'm glad you're good shot, Nico. Look how big this thing is. I had this music teacher when I was 10. They said, play this thing, and when you're 10, you don't know anything about it. Okay, go ahead. Back to you. This is your lesson. Start down bow and be much closer to the bridge than you'd like to, or you think is appropriate. Okay? Good, and put the bow more on the string rather than bounce.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
So like.
Oh yeah. Good. Try those on down bows. The F, E.
Okay.
And really use all your weight into the F.
49.
I like the tempo. Now it's more impassioned. about this quiet stuff. It's beautiful the way you're making a contrast. Not too quiet. Okay? You will make up for the lack of piano by laying back the rhythm a little bit. Okay? You have license to slow down the tempo by like 5%. So it feels a little more relaxed. That way you don't have to play too quietly. Right? You're going to smoothen out the bow changes as well. But project this thing, especially when you get on the D string. So if your tempo was here, right?
Okay.
Good. That's good. And the scale going down, now bounce the bow.
Okay.
Now bounce it. It's going to show a certain kind of lightness. Thank you. Good. And don't make this feel like you're in a hurry or athletic. Let it breathe a little bit. Relax the tempo another couple notches. Breathe, Nick. Breathe. Take a moment and breathe.
It's hot up here.
Yes. Yeah, and we sweat. Accent all those bow changes. Your lyrical section was great, and your little rubato babies were excellent. But then you're morphing now back into the charged area. Okay, so then remember the distance from the bridge. Remember the raspy sound that you want, because out here it doesn't sound raspy. Yeah, I know. Hard to believe. Trust me.
The transition should be gradual or subito?
As you want it. Do what you think is right. We're not control freaks. We leave that to the people who play the melody. We just follow what they do. At the end so you can go slamming into that final A. Okay, you don't have to do duples through to the end. Help yourself to a little retardando. Yeah, a power retardando. You don't play the bass. You operate the bass. Okay? That's what we're doing here. Good, and hold the G sharp, because that's our little semitone message. Changes. Otherwise, if the tone drops a little bit, it becomes invisible. So, excuse me. Where's this? Yeah. And then it drops out, and that sounds fine here on stage, but. It's okay out there. It's all about out there. Out there, out there. Good. And on stage, if you feather this, they don't get it. It has to be more immediate. And then it sounds nice. Sentence. So play this diminuendo correctly.
1 and 3?
Yeah, please. Thank you, Margaret. Slower vibrato. Do one of those power chords. Hold. So it's, you don't break before the, yeah, it's hard to do. That's it. We have to leave the stage now because we have other people. But that's what we do when we play solo bass. And this piece, it represents our main entry into late Romantic literature. Brahms didn't write us any solo music. He didn't write us any chamber music. No, sometimes we transcribe a little Rachmaninoff, which is nice. But this is our main diet for late Romantic. Any questions before we leave the stage? Why? Yes, question.
There's a tremendous difference in dynamic or volume between the two of you. Why?
Because I'm wearing a mic. That's why. I'm wearing a mic. And the mic's picking up the bass. Right?
Okay.
That's why. That's what's going on. Yeah, you do this long enough, it gets easier after about 20 years. That's all I can. Yeah, question?
Would he play it better if he was standing up the way you were?
No, it's a.
You kind of were dancing with the instrument.
Yeah, I do. So when I'm playing a job at 3:30 in the afternoon, I sit down. I get tired. I prefer to stand but Nick's a little bit taller than me, so his arms are longer, and there's less of a compromise for Nick. For me, at my height, we who are not so tall, have to favor one arm or the other. And that's easier done standing. And that's why the dance. That's what's going on. Yeah? Okay? Good for now? Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. It's great to be here. I thought we would take a slightly different direction. I'm going to pretend I'm in my living room in New York. It's almost the size of this. Anyways, and there's a 9-foot Steinway, I wish. Anyways, and we're going to have a voice lesson. So you're all privy to a voice lesson, okay? So, I don't actually wear a jacket at my voice lessons, so now you've seen it, there it goes. Alden, I even have a valet, wow. Just like at home. All right, we're going to start. Okay, let me fill you in a little bit on technique. There are 3 phases in vocalism, okay? We actually, as singers, have to create our instrument, okay? The piano is here. It was tuned. You just saw a bass. It's already been built. The body does become the instrument for the singer, all right? We can say the vocal cords are like strings. Airflow would become the bow, but our entire bodies become the soundboard, a la piano, okay? So you've got a lid, you've got a soundboard, you've got an action, so very similar things, except that we have living tissue. So we need to do a bunch of things to fine-tune our living tissue. One of them is stretching. I always recommend to all my folks and the folks here, there are various disciplines we can do. Yoga is terrific, Alexander technique is terrific, Feldenkrais is terrific, Tai Chi is terrific. You can do all sorts of things, but the body needs to be flexibilized, strengthened. It really needs to be able to respond, okay? So let's start with a couple of stretches. You can all join in, by the way, all right? Here, let's just bend over and just stretch the lower back as I scream into my microphone. All right. Now, okay, roll the shoulders, wake up facial muscles, stretch the tongue. There you go. Stretching the tongue is great. You can stick your tongue out at anybody and just tell them it's a stretch. Okay, so there you go. Actually, quick side note, there was a wonderful Pavarotti in the park. I guess he didn't know that there was a camera on this side, so he gently lifted his handkerchief and literally went right into the camera. By the second showing, they clipped that off. Anyways, so we do need to stretch, and we need to flexibilize. We got to get blood circulation. We got to get the system to really know how to respond. Next thing I do is a bunch of breathing exercises. So we're going to do a breathing exercise, all right? You're going to love this one, all right. Okay, this one is just designed as a very old breathing exercise. We just relax the knees, okay? Raise the arms, and we're going to pretend we've got a candle somewhere 10 feet away from us, okay? And we're going to blow it out from here. So you're going to go like this. I'm getting too old for this. Okay. No, try it. Way up. Oh, no. Bend the knees more. More abdominal. In, out. Even more. Even more. Even more. There you go. Keep the arms up. It's hard. She's sweating already. Okay. All right. Terrific. We're going to make it worse. 2 candles to 1. It's like tap dancing. Now it's her turn. Really raise the arms, bend the knees, all the way back out. And relax. We're not going to hyperventilate. What does this exercise do? There actually are reasons for these things. We want to flexibilize the abdomen. The abdomen needs, in singing, to be able to stay out, okay, and down, all right? But the movement of the abdomen is what actually helps develop some of the back muscles that we need, okay? So we need the back to become incredibly strong, all right? And that needs to expand. The ribs need to float up, and the abdomen needs to stay out, okay? Now, let's do another quick exercise. This one is called hiss and sip. The idea on this one is that we want to actually divorce the diaphragm, which is internal, it's under the lungs, okay, from the external body. So, the way I describe this, and I think we talked about it a little bit, we want to think of the diaphragm as an elevator in a building, okay? The outside becomes the building. The building does not move when the elevator goes up and down. In Los Angeles it does, but that's okay. That's a whole other thing. Okay? So we're going to turn you profile, expand into both hands. Good. Now we're going to hiss for 5, sip for 5. Here, I'll do it first. You turn around. You can feel what I'm doing. What do you feel?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay? It does not go in and out. It does not pump. It does not push. It does not harden. Okay? It's a tough exercise. All right? Many years ago, when I met the wonderful Birgit Nielsen, and she was doing master classes at Pepperdine University. All right? I got to the honor of accompanying some of her private lessons. And she could do this one and go 30 in, 30 out. Nothing ever moved. Okay, that was called strength. All right? So you have to maintain expansion. So the word support, okay, this is where we hear that word thrown around in vocalism. You've got to support. But what the hell is it? Okay, support is the ability to maintain expansion and resist collapse. Okay? Support and breathing are very different topics. Breathing is internal, okay? That's about your lungs and diaphragm. The diaphragm goes up, the lungs expel air, the diaphragm comes back down, the lungs fill up with air. But the outside doesn't go pumping, okay? So the more we can divorce, okay, the breathing mechanism from the support mechanism, the better things work out. So you turn profile, drop the tailbone, float the head, there you go. Okay, I'm going to let you put your hand here. Give me the other hand. Terrific. Here's the lower back. Now expand into both, and let's try it. Hiss. Don't move. You came in, sorry. You know. Okay, it's a tough exercise. You should try it at home. Do it under adult supervision. Anyways, Here we go. Try it again. Inhale. Stay expanded. Hiss. 2, 3, 4, 5. Not bad. Sip. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hiss again. 2, 3, 4, 5. Sip again. 2, 3. We can do this for the next hour. No. We can. All right. Okay. But you see the point of it?
Yeah.
All right? That way, the external motions don't go punching up air. Okay? So air pressure is one of the worst things. We want to keep the air pressure down. Okay? Because what happens when we normally inhale? We inhale, next step, exhale. Okay, well, if I did that, I'd go, hi, how are you? Okay, so that wouldn't sustain much of a phrase. So in singing, we want to be able to sustain vowels and sustain a phrase. We must maintain expansion. All right? And that's where literally the glutes come under, okay? The back opens, the abdomen leans, and that's the appoggio. Okay? It's that lean out. So now, do we have water? No. That's all right. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Terrific. Next phase. This is a little bit accelerated, okay? So we don't normally go through this, but we're going to do a few vocalises. What vocalises do, all right, is if there's a trouble spot in the voice, it's supposed to smoothen things out, okay? But there are different types of vocalises, so it depends what the voice needs. Now, I'm just getting to know Meryl. Normally, I get to know a person, and then we try to tailor some of the vocalises to what they need to do. Not everyone needs to do the same thing, okay? If, for example, the upper lip and the cheek need to get some articulations, we do something called nyangs. So we try it. So just nyang, 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 like you're chewing 18 pieces of bubble gum, okay? So stretch the tongue, wake up the upper lip, the cheek, okay? So this one, again, is to get all of this working for you. The jaw doesn't do a whole lot, okay? Because the jaw is the tray that holds the tongue. So if it goes moving too much, that tongue goes bopping up and down, okay? So we don't want to do that. So the jaw, I mean, obviously it moves a little bit in reaction to consonants, but most of the activity, a good 90% of articulation, is actually the upper lip and the cheeks. So it's all right up here. Let's try it. Not bad. Now, the spelling of nyang is N-Y-A-N-G. Okay? That's a vowel, a. All right? So, the last part of the is designed to lift the tongue out of the throat, okay? And the first part of it is designed to help develop the facial muscles. So, let's try that again. Terrific. Now, chin up. Okay, now you got to keep your posture. That's your instrument. Put one hand on your abdomen, the other hand on your lower back. Expand into both. You got to support these now. All right? Yeah. Good. Terrific. What do they feel like?
It just feels really like snarly.
You got it. It's gnarly, okay? And it does bring the voice out of the throat and brings it forward, okay? We got to get the voice out of the throat. What does out of the throat mean? If I do this, that's not forward. That's down in my throat, okay? When I'm up here, that's forward. We need that forwardness to actually carry the sound into a hall, all right? The beauty of the sound comes in the stretch, okay? That's all about the neck, the cheeks, all of that area. So, but first, there's a little process, and we got to get the voice out. Let's do a couple more. Where are we? Good. Just like the hiss and sip, do not go in. Don't Lift your tailbone. Good. Good. Terrific. Okay? My living room never sounded so good. Yeah, no. So that helps bring it forward. Now, we're going to jump and we're going to do other things. Let's do, for example, some vowels. Okay? There are many vocalises. There's a wonderful book by Marchesi, written a good 140 years ago. There's the Rossini exercise, there's Panofka. I mean, there's no end to them. It's much like the piano stuff. There's Czerny and Hannon and the Chopin etudes and the Liszt etudes. And so we've got a whole bunch too. So let's do something easy. Let's do two vowels. Let's do A and O and go n, n. So we're going to keep that tongue floating out of your throat. No, just to get this going for you. Not bad. Keep the stretch, keep the chin up, keep the chest, oops, sorry, relaxed, keep the expansion. No, so just that part. Good. Now you're supposed to be able to articulate above that. No, right up there. Nice. Higher. Terrific. Okay, we're running out of hands. Alden, help us out. Go behind Meryl. Put your hand gently under her chin. The key word is gently. Let the lady go. There you go. Why are we doing that? We're trying to get all of this activity up here. So we don't want the jaw to drop too far. Okay? Think of the jaw, again, as the tray that holds the tongue. If you tilt the tray too much, you know, everything just, that gets ugly. So, keep it up. Okay? There you go. Don't let her jaw come down. Way up there. It's not bad. The second note came down though. I heard this. No! I need a match. So, keep the same position. Match it to your high note. There you go. Keep your expansion. No, that's not a match. Did you feel it? Okay. And Alden, she hurt your hand. There you go. So, up. No. Yeah. Keep pulling up. Good. Not bad. Number 4 came down a bit. Did you feel that? Yeah. Okay, don't do that. Try it again. Okay. It's so easy to say. Good. Pull it way back up here. Alden, put your other hand back there. Push into Alden's other hand. Here we go.
I'm not entirely sure where my feet are supposed to be.
Oh. That's good. Hopefully you're standing on them. Okay. Just relax into them. Okay, we want the grounding, so let your knees buckle a little bit. Okay. At the beginning, it's okay to bend them a little bit, but you know, you can't go around singing like this. It looks like Harpo Marx. But we do want a lot of flexibility there. Okay, so put one hand here, the other hand there. Inhale as far back and up as you possibly can and start back there. There you go. You got it. More. Don't collapse the support. Keep it there. Right. You almost imagine the sound going straight up the nose, hitting the back wall, and then literally flipping forward. Okay? It's our bow and arrow idea. We want the arrow to go forward, but what do? You pull the string back. Okay, that's what this is all about. Okay? Oh, where are we? Oh, try that one again. Pull it back. Way up, way up, way up. Go! Nice. Held up. I'm hearing too much air come through. Hold on to the air, okay? So if you collapse, you're going to shove air into it. Then it's going to sound breathy. Okay, so expand more, pull up more, get it out. Don't drop the last two. Again, one more time. Terrific. Okay? Until all of the sounds match. And what that means is that position needs to be maintained, okay, for the entire. So you're almost always imagining you're singing your highest note, okay? And that's your position, okay? Everything is a high Q, okay? Let's try one more, and then I'm going to let you sing. And so, we do sing at some point, you know. Music. Okay. Try it. So it's a tenth. Okay. Meryl has never even heard these, so you're being a great sport. This is wonderful. So pull up here. Actually, you can put your other hand there. That's good. Stretch your sinuses, lift your cheeks, open the back of your neck. You've got to maintain support. Stay up in the round, even higher. Right. Don't pull off the voice. See if you can maintain the sound. Okay? No cheating. Close your mouth. Not bad. You're losing a little bit of expansion. Try to keep the expansion. Keep the abdomen out. Yeah! You got to really stretch above that. Okay? It's pretty darn good. Next one. It's so easy at the piano. You just go. Next. You know. Try it. Terrific. Turn around a little bit to them, 3/4, so they get to see your face a little bit too. Again, we want to match all the tones so that it's not just jumping all over the place. We want to get the line as smooth as possible. Okay, so that means you gotta lift it as high as possible so that it doesn't get caught up in the throat. Okay, let's try this next one. So, chin up, tailbone under. Good, now I can see profile. Expand the abdomen, really lean it out. Stretch up. Higher, higher. Very nice. Okay. Do you see where it goes? And then it starts resonating at that point, okay? But there's no change in the sound. We want to make sure it's a very, very smooth sound, okay? You want to try one more? Sure. Okay, tailbone under, expand the back, lean the front, stretch way above it, okay? You got to really come over it. No, sorry, I know that one's not going to make it. You started too low. Okay, so you almost have to feel like this note. Inhale to that note. Now start this note. Pull! Excellent. Do you see how it evens out? Once she pulls, and stretches above the note. Now you can cover the entire tenth, okay? Now, inside, that's not going to be the most pleasant sound.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yes, that's exactly right. And this is the illusion that I think every singer has to encounter. Okay, there's an old cliche. It's called tin inside, gold outside, and the reverse is true. If it sounds remotely good to you, it's garbage. Okay, so a singer needs to really, really feel and not listen. Okay, because the ear is very elusive. Plus, the sound is going to change from room to room. What it sounds like in here is not going to sound the same in your bathroom. It's not going to sound the same in your living room. It's not going to sound the same at the Met. Okay? Some of the larger halls, that sound goes out and never comes back. So, okay? So you can't even rely on that. But the consistency is you and what you feel. So if you know what to feel, all right, then you can go from room to room. All right, and do exactly the same things. And you're not adjusting, okay? But I promise you, that's a beautiful sound out here, okay? And because you need that presence, you need that cut in the voice to get through that orchestra and to bounce off the back wall of an auditorium, okay? It's the auditorium that will round off the sound for you. If you already, oh, that sounds lovely to me, but yuck, that's nothing, okay? It's very swallowed, all right? Okay, we got about 4 minutes. Sing the aria. There you go. I told you it's a fast lesson. Price is the same, dear. Let's do it. Now, I'm going to do one more thing, and I tell all my students this. For $5 an hour, I'll come with you to any performance, stand behind you, and just adjust you, okay, while you're singing. No one will know I'm here. All right. Chin up. Inhale through the nose. Terrific. Shoulders down, tailbone under. Okay. Alden, let's go. Hang on. Now, what did we just say? No jaw down, right? So you went, oh.
Yeah.
No. Go that way. Higher. Well, yeah, there you go. Aim back there, okay? I think it was Nielsen. I don't remember. Marilyn would know if it was Joan. But one of them said, you're singing almost to the audience behind you and then letting it go that way. So it's, okay. Good old Lamperti, about 130 years ago, wrote the wonderful phrase, inhalare la voce, to inhale the voice. Up the nose, way high, let it bounce, and then right out. Do it. Okay, make like a rabbit. There you go. Right there. Way up, good. Mike. Funny sound. Oh, no. Full sound. This is opera. Don't open the jaw so big. Think of going up before you go down. Right there. Now way up here. That's whistle tone. That's no falsetto. Okay. Go straight up, okay? Close your teeth. Actually, do it. Can you try it with your teeth closed? Is that too fast? Yeah. It'll go. Now do it and open your mouth a bit. Pull. Even more. Alder.